What you just heard is Estonian language, one of the rarest and most difficult languages to learn for Spanish speakers. Today I'm going to tell you why I've learned it, what were their benefits, and overall, how I learned it. I am Carlos Carranza, and this is my TED Talk. First, I want to tell you why I came to Estonia. Alright? And well, everything happened thanks to that person sitting right there, my mother, who one day came to me and told me, "Hey Carlos, look, there is a film program in Estonia. Wouldn't you like to go?" And I said, "Where is Estonia?" And after she teaching me geography, she told me, "Well, Estonia is a country located in the northern Europe. Would you like to go?" And I said, "Let's go." As Franco Escamilla says, do it for the experience. And that's why, my friends, on August 15th, 2018, my journey started, where it changed my life 100%. I got to Estonia, I was there a few days, and I found out that people spoke English. Young people between 12 and 40 years old had a pretty decent level of English, and that calmed me down. I said, alright, if people speak English, I shouldn't learn their language. That was my mistake, friends. You're going to a country. The country is not coming to you. So respect the culture. Overall, anyway, on September 5th, 2018, it was my first day at school, and I was amazed with everything I saw around me. But there were some things that truly impressed me. The first one is that unlike here in Mexico, back in Estonia school, I was the brownest student there. No one was as brown as me in the school. And the second thing is that, well, my classmates were blonde, they had white skin, green or blue eyes. And taking these physical attitudes into account, this can give me an idea how my friends were, girls. So, pretend that when I got to school, people started approaching me as I never saw a Mexican person that came so far away, and they started to speak to me in English, and they told me how is Mexico, how is everything going, and so I started to make friends, and I was like, I made it, I don't need to learn the language. But after a few days, you realize that it's too tedious for them to be speaking English with you all day long. And here, when people start approaching you, you're like, what am I going to do? I have two options. Or I learn the language to make friends, learn things in school, or I can stay quiet and not do anything. But I needed something that really motivated me. And well, I owe all of this to a classmate named Evelyn. Evelyn is that person we all have in our life that you turn around and you realize that she's already looking at you. And when you realize she's looking at you. So that was my situation with Evelyn. And despite the language barrier, I was very happy that my feelings managed to jump over it. And more, I was happy when I realized that their feelings were the same as mine. But oh well. Let's talk to this girl and see what's up. So I remember I started approaching Evelyn, and I was like, how are you? How was your day? All in English. And this girl answered me with words, not sentences, only words in English. And my reaction was like, okay, maybe she doesn't want to talk to me, maybe she's scared. Who knows? And this is how it happened to me in various occasions. Or the girl is afraid to speak in English, or she has never spoken to someone as brown as me, or maybe I don't like her, she doesn't like me. And I was like, okay, Carlitos, you have to clarify your doubts. And that's why one day I approached her, looked her in the eyes, and I told her, Evelyn, do you speak English? To which she responded with a cold and dry, no. When she said that to me, I was like, oh no, the girl that I was dreaming about is not going to happen anymore. How am I going to talk to her? How am I going to maintain a conversation with her? And I was like, okay. So the story's not gonna go on? Is the budget so low that this story's not gonna go on? And I was like, no. So here, my friends, we have the first point here for learning a language, motivation. And in my case, of course, it was love. So for many, it could be business or friendship or whatever, but always, always, always look for a motivation, something that push you to take an action, but well then talking to a friend from the internship, he gave me a book, this book. With this book, I learned almost everything I know about the Estonian language. Yes. And he told me, all right, Carlitos, there's this book. Go and buy it. And I was like, okay, let's go buy it because I want to talk to this girl who I really like. So let's do it. Let's do this trip and try to see what up with her. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy this book, study Estonian, and it was a very difficult language. Every word and vocabulary has different ways of saying a word. So imagine memorizing all that. So I was like, okay, that's impossible. How am I gonna talk to this girl? It's something that's never gonna happen. And I was like, all right, Carlos, you don't have to worry. You got this. And I was like, okay, I have this. And this is how I continued day after day, week after week. And little by little, I started to realize that with the girls, I could now say words like, hey, how was your day? How were you yesterday? I could maintain conversation with her and everybody around me. And here's the second thing, my friends. Be constant. And I want you to know this, that no tree grows in 1 day. It takes time, and no matter how complicated things are, don't let your dreams go. Don't let it go. At the end of the day, everything blooms. So don't worry about it. But all right. Anyways, when you're starting to learn a language, it is very likely that you're scared of speaking it, pronouncing it, the grammar isn't good. Then for me, I was like, I had this fear. And I needed a situation that I had to overcome. And unfortunately, life put me in a situation. There was one day that I was in a music class with Evelyn. I was showing her some funny videos that I had saved, that I have downloaded on Facebook. And one of them, she laughed so hard that she screamed. And the teacher was like, stand up. And she was like, who was that? Who was laughing? And Evelyn was very shy and nervous. And I was like, no, she's gonna get in trouble because of your fault. So I told Evelyn, sit here, and I stood up. And I told the teacher, hey teacher, sorry, that was my laughter. And the teacher was like, okay, don't laugh anymore. So my friends, we already have the motivation, the study materials, the perseverance, and losing fear. Those are the 4 things you need if you want to learn a language. And not just one language, any other language, we need 4 things. Well, at the end of the day, what were the benefits of speaking this language? I was invited to several times for radio interviews. I appeared in newspaper in Estonia, and I became a tourist guide for Latinos who came to Estonia. This seems good in a curriculum. I have also given talks in Estonia about why is it good to go for internship programs, and although it doesn't seem like it's a big thing, in the future, who knows, maybe this can open more opportunities for me. So my friends, don't close to yourself to speak in one language. I invite you to say I love you in another language, or I want to be your friend in another language, or I don't like you in another language. So go for it. The world is something beautiful. I recommend that you connect to it. But well, my friends, what happened with Evelyn? What happened next? Did it end up good? Did it end up bad? Alright, my friends, that is something for a next time. My name is Carlos, and thank you so much.